lighting designer, an engineer, and an architect walk into a bar. I followed them. They were talking about sustainable lighting, and I got them to come here and talk to all of you. But seriously, I'm going to go through the bios here. I do want to mention Alexandra Gadawski, Nathaniel Jones, and Sara Schonour. These folks are leaders, thought leaders in sustainable lighting. Alexandra and Sara particularly are, they have taken the torch and they are all over the place talking about this topic. Nathaniel is working with sustainable lighting in action. So, still not going to go to the podium. I am going to give you a little bit on their bios and then I'm going to hand it off to them. Alexandra, Well AP, Lead AP, BD plus C. Alexandra's an architect and sustainability leader at HMFH Architects. By the way, they're a pretty well-known architect in my hometown. They've done at least 2 of the schools of my kids since I've been there. Where her passion for building performance and knowledge of lighting design has made her crucial in projects at every stage. She provides integral support to the project teams. She uses her skill sets to push sustainable initiatives and assist in problem solving for complex designs. Her commitment to promoting student wellness is reflected in her daylight and energy modeling, as well as her research into healthy material options. With a background in energy consumption and voluntary building standards, Alexandra holds a Master's of Science in Environmental Design of Buildings from Cardiff University in Wales and a Master's of Architecture from RISD in Rhode Island. And as I mentioned, if you Google Alexandra, you will find lots on sustainable lighting. She is the co-chair of the IES committee.
Yes. And the president of the IES section, Boston.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, congratulations.
Architect as the president of the lighting section, I love that.
Yes. Here we have full integration happening in Boston. Dr. Nathaniel Jones is a leading expert in design for visual and thermal comfort. He's a senior building scientist, regional research specialist at Arup, an architecture professor at Wentworth Institute of Technology, a board member of the U.S. affiliate of the International Building Performance Simulation Association. His portfolio at Arup includes numerous daylighting, visual and thermal comfort, microclimate, air quality, and COVID-19 disinfection projects. He's been busy. Nathaniel created comfort.arup.com, Arup's advanced online comfort modeling tool, and Accelerad, a suite of open source GPU-based lighting and daylighting simulation tools used by architects and engineers. And educators around the world. He's the author of over 20 peer-reviewed papers related to occupant health, comfort, building energy use. He earned his PhD at MIT in architectural and building sciences, his master's in architecture from Cornell, and his BS in civil engineering at Johns Hopkins University. I added that. Sara Schonour. Sara's a little bit of a celebrity in my house. I don't know how many of you may have seen the show Baking Impossible. Sara is not only the winner of that, but a Roslindale, which is a Boston suburb resident, so she's a local hero as well. We watched the show before I knew Sara, and me and all my kids were giddy about Sara being here today because that was such a cool show. But during the day, Sara is the Vice President of Education and Engagement at Lytei, where she helps and leads a team of lighting enthusiasts who tell empowered stories about light. Prior to working at Lytei, Sara founded and led the award-winning Canon Design Lighting Studio, where she and her team designed exceptional architectural lighting designs to clients around the world. Sara's engaged in both community and design and her local community and regularly volunteers her time. She serves on multiple industry boards, wears many hats at the Footlight Club, her local community theater. Sara has taught as adjunct faculty and guest lecturer for multiple university lighting programs, speaks regularly at local and national conferences on various topics surrounding light engineering, and now what it's like to be on a reality TV show. You can see another side of Sara on the show Baking Impossible, and again, I highly recommend it. It's really fun. Okay, well, with that said, I'm going to hand things over to Alexandra.